Live. The circles are circling. It says I'm live. It's Sunday night. Let's find screen one. There we are. So, what are we doing? We're editing, cooking on the boat. I did shrimp on the boat yesterday. Yesterday was Saturday. Yes, we did shrimp on the boat Saturday. Um, type show link to drop link. Let's pin this message. And let's see if we can hear ourselves. Let's see if we can hear ourselves. Is anybody out there? Is anybody out there? So see if we can hear ourselves. Anybody home? Hey, is anybody home? Is anybody home? Okay, we've got sound, so that's a good thing. That's a good thing. Let's turn down this echo. And that's that. And let's just make sure that it works on a phone as well. And Marijuana Marianne, you have some amazing shorts out there. I saw a couple of them, and I've been following this Tilly. What's her name now? I can't even remember her name at the moment. Um, and that's sort of the latest thing to hit the artificial intelligence life, and that is kind of fascinating. So thank you for coming by. We're editing latest episode of Cooking with the Sailing Cook. Maybe that's what we should call this thing: Cooking with the Sailing Cook. And watching from work, that's cool too. That's cool too. The pardon me. What am I doing here? I'm going to then abandon this here. So this is the the end result of shrimp on the boat barbecue, and it looks pretty good. If I was styling this food shot, I would maybe have done things slightly different. And one of the things that you will notice is that these shrimp weren't peeled and cleaned. So I had to peel them. And I took off the tails. Now, partly it's because the tails came off so easily. Some of them, they had cut them open and removed the vein, and some of them I had to cut open on the fly. So that was a little bit of a surprise, not a challenge, just a surprise. And I think they look shrimpier if they had tails. Let's look at a couple different versions of this. So that's not a bad shot. That's not a bad shot. Let's go this way. I flipped them over after a while. So this shows more of the shrimp shape. This shows more of the shrimp shape. So I like these photos. These are for the cookbook and for the blog. Yeah, so it ended up working out pretty well. The so I've had three days in a row of boat barbecue, and I never noticed that you could see the spray from the front of this boat. This was the day that was sailing by the Toronto Island airports in the background there. Some of the Toronto X Hotel X. There it is, Hotel X in the background. And I've already created the project and moved the files in. There was a lot of files. So this was barbecue shrimp. This was the day's worth of video, and there's phone video, and there is Olympus camera video, because I wanted to get two different angles. Being on the boat would be very hard to duplicate this, so I had to reshoot a particular shot, and and it worked out pretty well. So there's 18 minutes of camera video, and I think 12 minutes of phone video. And the color of I like the color of the phone video, um, but that's partly because the camera is set to 5600K white balance, um, and it may have to get adjusted a little bit in there. So here, there's a couple of clips that do nothing. What's this? This is a small clip that all it is the handle of the barbecue. So we're going to clean that up. So today's challenge will be to turn this into a cooking show that I want to post on Tuesday. Yes, Tuesday. And let's start by getting rid of the stuff that's crap. So here, this was all shot in 4K. It's an HD video project, so I can zoom out to a large extent. So I can go down to 50% of the size. After that, you start seeing the edges of the frame. So this was, I just had the shrimp lying on a lettuce leaf on a cutting board, and I wasn't really sure what I was going to do with this. But then I have, okay, so the other thing, we might as well start right away, is the background noise is, I'm not going to use for any of this. It's boat and marina noise. It doesn't have anything to do with cooking, and it's not particularly pleasant. So here's the outdoor. Where's an outdoor shot? It's outdoor noise. So there's some boat in the distance. Those are the nicer video shots with the phone. Some boat in the distance. At one point, there was people shouting at each other from one dock to the other. So let's get rid of all of this audio. Don't need it. And now, so there's a couple short clips in here. What's this? That's just the barbecue handle. I don't know why I kept that. So let's get rid of that. Let's find it and show reveal and project. Number 77. You're gone. Yes, you're gone. Let's delete it from the 77. This is pure crap. It's just the barbecue sitting by itself. I can't think of any reason to keep it. Although it's a nice picture of a barbecue. Let's keep it. I think there's some better pictures of this. So put a Z instead of actually deleting it. And who was this? So this is my elbow, which is very exciting. We don't need my elbow. That's clip number 79. You're gone. Let's go back here and find 79. So again, this is useless. We're not going to use it for anything. Let's just delete it. You're gone permanently. And let's see what else we have here. So this is, I think what was happening here, that was really bright. The light was shining, sun was shining through the window of the Dodger and not through here. So I ended up covering that up. So that's a bad shot. We don't need it under any circumstances. Project number 80, you're toast. Where's number 80? Hey, I lost my Explorer number 80. You're gone. And I don't really need to keep it because it was, let's rename it for the time being. We'll get rid of it later on. Okay, so now, what else do I have here? Let's see. So these are just shots, 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 shots. Yeah, see, that's a little bit blue because of the white balance setting. As I say, 5600K, which is pretty bright sunlight. And this was later in the day, so the sunlight balance should be a little bit more yellow than that. What time was it? It was around 4 o'clock, I think. And here's me eating. Tasted good. Oh, shoot, did I? We're going to have to bring back the audio. I have to bring back the audio for this clip because that's me talking about it. The eating doesn't need a clip, but the talking does. Okay, so this is 89, 90, 91. So let's bring them back. We haven't deleted them, just removed them from the project. 89, 90, 91. Let's bring them back and keep the sound because this is meat.
Prosciutto ham, to be exact, and butterflies and stuffed with breadcrumbs and Old Bay spice. Let's grill.
And we don't have
That
too
was an
much
amazing taste
bad
with the
background
sausage,
noise.
and heard they'd be good on the barbecue.
Okay, so there's somebody screaming there.
On the barbie. That was an amazing taste. Shrimp on the barbie.
So that was good. Even though there's somebody talking there,
On the barbie.
we'll use that anyway. I think it worked out pretty well. And yeah, again, it's very, very blue. Pardon me. Like if we look at what we would do here with just fixing the color, let's assume the hat is, let's try to do it automatically. The hat is white. So that's a nicer color. Let's bring up bring up the guy a little bit so we see his face better. Take out a little bit from the highlights. Darker there. That's not bad. Let's make him a little bit brighter. I think that looks good. That's not bad. It's a little bit washed out, but it's the yeah. So that's good. So we're going to keep at that. And now when I look at the phone pictures, again we've got the shrimps, cutting the shrimps. The phone pictures are really extras. Um, although I kind of like this. Let's just zoom out a little bit. Put it over there. The colors are better because the phone is adapting to the white balance. A little bit dark in here. I'd like that to be brighter. So I guess the phone, everything that was done inside the boat, the phone was set up at the counter. This is really the top to the stove that's in the boat. Okay, so here, this looks like it was a mistake. Yeah, that's not doing anything. So let's get rid of it. Revealing project. It is number 502. Delete 502. Where are you, 502? Phone pictures 50. So it's pretty close to the end. 502. There you are. I'm just going to put a Z in all of these so that I don't have to worry about wanting to bring stuff back. Okay, so what's in here? Oh, that's me talking. Okay, so here, that's a good shot. That's a good shot. See, this is nicer. Cutting the shrimp open and deveining them than here, right? So this is about the same. So the angle from that camera is slightly different. But I like that angle as well. So I don't know. Maybe we'll pick and choose later on. The hey JC Calamity, thank you for coming by to watch me edit this cooking show. I have not subscribed to you. I will once this live is over. I appreciate you coming by, and let me give you a wrench and network to your heart's content. Yeah, I do. Sometimes it takes me a day to come back and remember where all the links are for people that I've never met before. Um, Absolutely. So what we're doing is just editing out, selecting out the various clips. So does this make any sense? Yeah, it's not bad. See my hand is, oh, this is with the phone video, right? So my hand is a little bit covering the, yeah, see, we're not seeing very much. This is where I'm wrapping the shrimp in the prosciutto ham. Hey, Caesar Mocha, thank you for coming by. Nice to see you. Nice to see you. It's Sunday night, and here we are editing. So the phone video, the camera video is, so this is the same thing. Now, I don't know which is a better. This one shows the shrimp being wrapped up and toothpicks in it. Is it in focus? Yeah, it's sort of it's not super in focus, is it? The hand is in focus. Okay, what else have I got here in this phone video that I'm trying to purge out the stuff that's not going to work? I love those shots. That's a nice shot. Putting some lemon juice on it. Out to the Barbie. Okay, so this one, the phone picked the wrong angle. Let's go minus 90 degrees. Okay. So when I was preparing the shrimp, the phone was on the tripod on one side of the table, and the camera was on the tripod on the other side of the table. In these outside shots, the camera is on a tripod. The phone is just handheld to get sort of point of view shots. What the heck is this? Okay, so this is the shrimp on the cockpit table. You putting some ketchup on, not ketchup, mayonnaise. That's nice. So these are just sort of pretty shots. See, that's nice with the shrimp on a fork. Say if I'd had the tails in here, then I think that would be prettier because the tails would turn a nice pink. And I generally don't like leaving tails on shrimp, especially if they're in a sauce like a pasta sauce, because I don't like getting my hands in there and digging them out. But in here, they would have looked pretty. So it's always a choice. So what is this? This is me eating. I don't know if we're going to keep this, but let's not throw it out yet. Okay, so now we've got altogether 30 minutes approximately of footage, and I want an 8-minute video. So the first thing I want is what it looks like afterwards. So here's an overhead shot of it on the cockpit table. This is nice. Camera's moving around a little bit. I'm not sure why. Problem is, it's on the boat and everything's moving in different directions at the same time. And you don't notice it when you're sitting there. But yeah, I'm on the seat, and there's a different seat for the camera, and the camera's partly on the companionway stairs. So weird things are going to happen here. So this is a nice shot of the finished product. Let's see. I don't like that so much. I like that. So here we're taking them off, and we can see the shape of the shrimp. Even if we don't have the tails, we've got a nice shrimp shape. So I think that's important. Um, let's see. Do I like this? I like this turning the shrimp over. They're not very red yet, are they? I guess because the bacon is in the way, and the bacon is picking up the color. Obviously, they're uh, getting a phone shot while the other camera is running. Pardon me. So the introduction will be this one. Let's make a copy of it and move it to the beginning. And then I want a shot of the grill. And I like this, but it's not doing anything. Whereas here we've got an action shot. So let's take this guy and make a copy of him. Yeah, the sunlight. I never know the problem with sunlight. This is the third in a series of boat barbecues, and the first one was a cheesesteak, and I had the lighting settings on the camera totally wrong, and finally caught up. But the problem was some parts were very dark and some parts were light. So a hazy day would have been better from a photography point of view. It was a beautiful sunny afternoon. Yeah, it's around 3 o'clock at this point. So the sunlight does bring in a little bit of happy reality to this. Okay, let's make a copy of this. Let's save that to the beginning as well. And what I'm looking for is, so this is the finished product. So the first thing, we need 5 seconds. Why 5 seconds? Because that's what I always do. And that's long enough to have the words over it describing what it is. Okay. Things are moving too much. So what I'm going to do, Premiere has this thing that they call warp stabilizer that is a stabilizer. And what it does is it analyzes all the pixels and figures out what parts are the same and what parts aren't. And so now it's not jumping around as much anymore. There's a bit of movement. That's not so bad. And I talked about the white balance. So let's, again, do an auto here. So because this is a white table, so now the colors of the food are much nicer. But I'm going to cheat a little bit, and what we're going to do is we're going to make the greens greener. Hey, Rosemary's Toys, haven't seen you in a while. Thank you for coming by. And I apologize if I haven't been to visit you in a while. I will once this live is over, which is like probably tomorrow. But thank you for coming by to watch me edit this shrimp on the boat barbecue. Shrimp on the Barbie. Let's deal with making the leaves greener, right? So what we're going to do is go in here and see what that picked out. Let's play with a little bit. Okay. And we're going to make this greener. So what if I hit about here? It's way too green. That looks like it's really, really fake. That's nice. Now, the thing I don't know. Oh, thank you for being here to the end. Yeah, this typically I'm going an hour, and then I run out of things to say, and then I need to start dealing with the voiceover, which I try to do live sometimes, but I confuse myself after a while. So thank you for being here. So this, I'm going to try something, but I don't know if it will let me do that. Okay, so now I've got the color thing here twice. I'm going to take out that one, hide that one. I'm going to go to this one, and I'm going to change, reset that. Okay, now if I bring this one back, that brings back the nice green. So I'm going to bring this guy back. And I want to zoom in on the red. And I've never done this. I tried it once, and I wasn't successful, and I lost interest. But let's see if we can pick out the red color. Okay, let's make it a bit bigger, which is really the bacon. Okay, and I want to make that redder. Too red. Okay, that looks fake. That looks like a nice color, right? That doesn't look fake. The problem is this is 8-bit video, and there can only be so much red. That's a little bit too fake. Okay, so that's not bad. Let's go back here. And now, so what I've got, what we're trying to do is have the green I don't know what it's, okay, let's leave it in here. The colors look a little bit too fake. We'll look at them later on. Okay, so that's the introduction of the food item. And now we want to have the making of it. So here we've got, I want 5 seconds. That's 10. And I'm going to take this color item and paste it onto this guy. So now we've got a little bit not so blue. They look kind of boring, don't they? The other thing that I did here is that the camera, normally when I record, everything's manual. And I'll set the thing for 125th of a second shutter. Hey, go with the flow. Thank you for coming aboard. Nice to see you. So 125th of a second. This is 30 frames per second video. So that's a quarter of the frame. So it's pretty well frozen, and it's pretty still. Hey, Spirit in the Sky Blue, thank you for coming by. It's Sunday night. All my friends are here. Because of the problem I had with the cheesesteak, of the light being too bright and too between the shadows and the light, I want to let the camera sort of make a decision. And the problem with the camera is sometimes it slows down the shutter speed. So here, it's not bad in terms of, it's not blurry. One day I was out sailing and I wanted pictures of the boys, and this is one of the clips that's been posted. And it was really wavy, so the boat was bouncing up and down, up and down, up and down. And I had the camera set on auto, and it had picked a very slow shutter speed, like 60th of a second. And when I looked at the video afterwards, the boys were all blurry because the boat's moving too much. If I had set it on manual, I would have picked a high shutter speed, and that would have frozen the frame nicer so that it it looks good. Okay, so now here, so this is our intro of the food. That's nice. The angle is good. I don't know what to do here. Maybe this one. Let's make the bacon a little bit redder. What did it pick? Can't really tell what it picked. Sort of got a mind of its own here. It's not doing what I wanted it to do. The let's try to make it a bit redder. See what it looks like. It looks better. I like it. The bacon looks a little bit redder. Hey, Cheesy Man. Hey, I didn't see you coming by there. Thank you for dropping in. Nice to see you. Nice to see you. So, okay, so I'm turning it over. That's enough seconds. How many seconds is that? That's 7 seconds. Okay, so what I want to do now, usually I leave this to the end, but because I recorded the captain on the water, where did he go? There he is. Let's what's going on here? Basic corrections. Let's fix the color first of all. Still a little bit on the blue side, right? Let's make the shadows brighter. Make that brighter. Make the blacks blacker. Looks a little bit washed out, but he'll do. Let's zoom out a little bit. So the background is too bright because it was, we were saying earlier, JC Calamity about the sun shining. So here there's the sun shining here. I'm a bit in the shade, which is what I wanted. But we got a little bit of notifications are weird. I get some, I don't. What I do is just when I have time, I'm sitting at the computer, I just open it up and look at all my subscriptions, and it shows me everybody that's live and everybody's done something recently, and I sort of go through that from top to bottom or from bottom to top or at random. Once in a while the notifications work, but more often than not, I can't get them to do anything good. Okay, so the problem still is that this guy is too dark, right? So let's try something different. Instead of, let's reduce the exposure, increase that. He's still not as bright as I like him to be. What I want to do, okay, let's try something different, totally different. Let's try something totally different. Let's see if we can just mask him out. Bring that down. Feather this, mask feather, 50%. And now what I want to do is, that's nicer. I like that better. Let's, looks a little bit fake. So let's Let's make them not that bright. I like that better. That looks more like me, if I don't say so myself. So what we're going to do with this is we're going to this, but that's not the intro I liked, right?
Tiger shrimp at the fish market. Yeah, found these huge tiger shrimp. I found these huge tiger shrimp at the fish market and heard they'd be good on the barbecue, wrapped in ham, prosciutto ham, to be exact, and butterflied and stuffed with breadcrumbs and Old Bay spice. Let's grill. That was an amazing taste. A little bit sweet and a little bit heat.
Okay, so here the problem is the mask isn't following properly. And I don't know what to do about that. Let's make the feathering bigger.
So ham.
So now it's too bright here.
And butterflied.
Okay, so I don't like that at all. Let's undo that. Let's get, let's figure out what we want this guy to say first.
Huge tiger shrimp at the fish market and heard they'd be good on the barbecue, wrapped in ham, prosciutto ham, to be exact, and butterflied and stuffed with breadcrumbs and Old Bay spice. Let's grill. That was an amazing taste.
Okay, so I like the second one better than the first. Let's get rid of this guy. Reveal on project. It is number 89. Number 89. Where's number 89? We're not going to dump it completely because we might want to bring it back. Okay, that's me eating. Okay. Now what is this?
On the barbie. It was an amazing taste, fresh off the barbie. It was an amazing taste. Shrimps on the barbie.
So I like, I like, this is good enough. Let's get rid of this guy. Where are you? Reveal on project. Number 91, you're gone. 91 is gone. Okay. So the first part of this.
Let's grill. That was an.
So this is the intro, that's the extra. Let's cut it. We'll bring this guy to the beginning. I'm going to move this down so that it doesn't conflict with anything else that I've got at the beginning. And we'll just bring this all the way over here. And what I'm going to do is I want to make some room here. So let's just do an insert edit. Okay, that makes some room. And I'm going to put this guy on this track, move this sound up here. And I'm going to take this guy, move him up, bring that over, bring that here. So here we've got the food. And I'm going to, I love this little zoomy thing that, that Premiere gives us. Well, that's in the wrong place. Why is that? Oh, it's because we're starting too soon.
I found these huge tiger shrimp at the fish market and heard they'd be good on the barbecue, wrapped in ham.
Okay. Yeah, there's no extra dialogue there. So what we're going to do here is we're going to go through. This thing wants to recalculate its Warp stabilizer. Reanalyze. Okay. So this is me talking. Let's, it's not straight. Let's make it straight. Let's make it a little bit smaller, zoom out a bit, come up a little bit. So what I'd like to figure out is how to make me brighter, but I'll come back to that later. That's going to be um, an important thing. So here,
and butterflied and stuffed with breadcrumbs and Old Bay spice. Let's grill.
so what I want to do here is cut this in half.
And stuffed with breadcrumbs and Old Bay spice.
Okay.
Let's grill.
Yeah, so what I just wanted to do was I wanted to
and butterflied and stuffed. Prosciutto ham to be
maybe we'll just let him talk underneath the whole thing.
and butterflied and stuffed with breadcrumbs and Old Bay spice. Let's grill.
Okay, so now that takes care of the intro. And it'll have words over it. Shrimp on the boat, Barbie. And this Old Bay spice, I've seen it for years at my favorite fish market, and never bought it because I prefer my spices to be sort of the simple ones, just your paprika and garlic and pepper, and mix up myself because you can't get some of these weirder combinations. But I think Old Bay has been around forever. I was watching somebody else's video and they're talking about Old Bay as well. Pardon me. And it's actually a nice taste. It's got a little bit of a tang, and it tastes like it's got celery salt in it. And that celery salt is a really nice flavor. Okay, so now what do we got here? And I'm thinking in my head, what am I going to say behind this? I'm going to say something like, okay, we've got a pound of shrimp here, which is like 6 large tiger shrimp. Okay, so what happened here is I turned on a light, and this was inside the boat. I turned on a video light what's going on? That doesn't make any sense at all. 65, 64. I guess I moved the light because it was shining in a weird angle. What are you cooking there, Rosemary's Toys? Maybe we'll turn it into a recipe. Just before I started this, I was watching Bruce Harvey and Brother Mahar singing. They do country and religious songs, and that live had finished. So it had flipped to another live or another video anyway of somebody that had said, "I've just made all of the food that's referred to in SpongeBob SquarePants," which I thought was kind of a cool thing, right? Like a lot of people have heard of SpongeBob SquarePants, and be interesting to see what you'd make at the bottom of the sea. I assume it's a lot of seafood, so I thought that was kind of cute. Okay, so what are we doing here? We've got a bunch of shrimp. Let's make this zoom out. Oh, that is already zoomed out. Okay, so we're not seeing me taking the shrimp out of the bag that they came in from the fish market. Oh, thanks, Rosemary. Oops, I didn't mean that. Thanks, Rosemary. Appreciate that. Oh, I'm clicking the wrong button here. Okay, so but we don't want this because we got the same thing here and there's some action. And taking them out of the bag from the fish market doesn't really pasta with chicken. Yeah, the chicken pasta, shrimp pasta. I like it. People seem to like it. The So let's get rid of this clip. It's really a duplicate of the other one, and it has nothing happening. It's kind of boring. 64, you're gone. 64. There's number 64. Nothing happening. We want action. Okay, we don't want the dark. I don't know what that's all about. And now, where are we doing? So I'm going to say we've got a pound of shrimp, 6 large black tiger shrimp. They've been deveined already, but they weren't all deveined. And I mean, there's no point going back and complaining. But half were deveined and half weren't. So it's a bit of a pain. I'm not actually going to show that. It was quite time consuming. So we don't really need to peel them all. Peel, peel, peel. Yeah, maybe I will show it. Okay, so let's. How many seconds is this? 33 seconds. 20 seconds is plenty. It's fast enough. Sometimes when I'm cutting things, I'm a really slow cutter, so I do speed up the video, but this looks pretty good. Let's put that in here. So and then what I'm going to do here is also put the same cross zoom. Let's just go down here so you can see what we're doing. Put the same cross zoom in here. So here's Captain talking and zoom in on it. So I like that look. Hey, Dolly the Phoenix, thank you for coming by. Let's give you a wrench as well. Yeah, so I don't understand this emoji story. And I personally don't use a lot of emojis. I figured 2 is enough, 1 is enough. And then, but other people do like a whole screen full of emojis. And I was talking to somebody. She cooks, she roasts. So she does. It's a cooking show, but she's more almost a comedian. And the cooking is interesting, but it's a story about her. And she on her channel, there's people with like 50 emojis at a time, and she said it does affect the algorithm to some extent. So I've got to maybe talk to my friend at the Nightbot and let him have more emojis. So Dolly, don't go away. Come back. Okay, so here we are peeling the shrimp. That's nice. We'll stop there. Okay, and then the next part, I think, is I came across the shrimp that I had to devein. Yeah, I don't know what. I don't know what not that Nightbot's problem is. Sorry, Dolly. Don't go away. Come back. Come back. Come back. Anyway, so here we are. We're deveining. Let's have a few seconds of that as well. Okay, that's plenty. We've got lots of footage, so we don't need that. Okay, so now what have we got? Now what is he doing? He's let's zoom out a little bit. That was kind of boring. That's simply the deveining. But now we've got to butterfly these little suckers. So we don't need this clip. Let's get rid of it. VLAN project. It is number 67. 67. Where is number 67? 67. Yeah, Dolly. Sorry, I apologize. Mr. Nightbot is a little bit enthusiastic there. I do need to understand the value of, and I don't see a lot of emojis in your message that you didn't like. There's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't see anything wrong with that, but yeah, I'll have to look at his programming to see how to not be so aggressive in. Okay, let's bring this in here. Okay, let's cut that open here. No, okay. Okay, let's zoom out. Center it. And this is what I love about shooting in HD or in 4K, and then editing in HD, because I can zoom out and make up for bad decisions with the camera. So here I'm butterflying. I'm sure this is about 2 minutes worth of butterflying. It's a minute and 20 seconds. We don't really need to watch that. Okay, how about 43 seconds? And what if I speed it up? What if I make this 140% faster? 140. Does it look okay? I had this fear that I was going to get my DNA mixed in with the shrimps. Okay, can I go up a little bit more? Yeah, I'd rather see more of the shrimp activity than the stupid plate up there. Okay, so now we've been cutting out lots of pieces, and we're still at 14 minutes of video from the main camera, and all of this stuff from the here will end up being inserted over top of that to provide that second angle. Let's do this. Where are we? So now we're going to make the shrimp stuffing. These are stuffed shrimp. Let's zoom out again. Yeah, see, if you look how blurry this is, it really slowed down the shutter a lot, much more than I anticipated. And okay, so here I'm going to say, okay, let's make the stuffing. And the stuffing is basically breadcrumbs, some Old Bay. Okay. Wouldn't come out. Let's cut that there. And switch to where it's coming out. And I scoop it out with a spoon. Okay, that's way too much time. Oh, I wanted that, right? I think this is too long. 11 seconds just sitting there. Open the Old Bay. Okay, so that's a nice. Hey, Simply Melda, thank you for coming by. The notifications are weird. I mean, I don't get half of the people that I want. I've set my bells for, and so I just look at all my subscriptions and some oil, some more oil. Okay, so here's the Old Bay, and now we're going to do garlic powder. Now we're going to do oil, and we're going to start mixing. That's enough mixing. And now we're going to do, pardon me, I need a sip of something to drink here. And I bought packaged prosciutto ham here, and it was very thinly sliced, which was not, it should be thicker. But at this point, can't do anything about it. But it didn't, the result wasn't as pretty as I'd hoped for, because it, okay, let's cut that there. We've got some action of putting the ham on the cutting board. Don't need the action of me taking it apart. Me taking toothpicks out of the jar. Okay, so let's go here. This is where we're actually starting to do things. So now we're going to wrap these shrimp. We're going to actually fill them, wrap them with ham, prosciutto bacon ham, and put a toothpick through them to keep it together. So to say, a thicker sliced ham would have looked prettier. It would have been less work as well, because it was a bit of a mess putting this together. Okay, so this is where I stopped. I might have hit the stopped recording, because I figured this is a minute. What? A minute and 56 seconds of I can't believe that's a minute and 56 seconds. That's a little bit too long. Let's go to speed it up a bit, 120%. And let's see what we've got next. I think it's just more of the same, right? Okay, so I don't need more of the same. Let's get rid of this clip. Reveal on project. It is number 71. Where is number 71? Number 71. 71. So now, I'm making this. This is, let's center this. Yeah, see, so the shutter was way too slow, because there's a bit of blurriness in the. Okay, we're going to shake some more spice on the whole thing. Okay, so what did I do here? So we're still stuck with a minute and 37 seconds of wrapping up shrimps. Let's stop there. The rest is the same. Now, what am I doing? Oh, a little bit of lemon. Let's cut up a piece of lemon. And you know, when I started this, I was thinking, am I going to bring proper lemons, actual lemons, or am I going to bring real lemons, the fake plastic lemon with lemon juice inside? And I put the lemons in my bag, but I forgot the lemon juice, the fake lemon juice. Um, and So I'm glad I had the lemon. It's a bit overkill. Um, Fake lemon juice, real lemon juice, they're all the same. Okay, so now we're putting them on the barbecue. Let's zoom out just a hair. Bring this guy in. We don't need to show the closing of the barbecue. I'm going to close it once. And we're going to cut on the action. The barbecue has been closed. Clunk. There we are. We don't need to see the thing sitting there staring at us. Okay, we're going to have just a little bit of a hint of action there. That's good. That's good. And we're going to turn that over. And then we're going to... So this is really the same thing. This is just me with the phone, taking a phone shot of it. Let's get rid of it. Revealing the project. It is number 78. 78. I guess I already got number 77. It was that barbecue just closed by itself. 78. You're gone. Where is number 78? Bit repetitive. And it's not doing anything. Okay, let's bring this in. We've been babbling for a minute, an hour. Let's give it another, the rate I'm going, it's going to be another 20 minutes of live. So here, we're turning it over. Okay, what? Which one is nicer? I'm going to leave it in here because I'm going to say the dialogue is going to be going to turn it again. But I don't need 30 seconds of turning. I'm not sure if I need 30 seconds here. So let's cut this back to 20 seconds. Oh, shoot. So where is my... Okay, so I zoomed in here, changed the zoom. Let's keep that, right? Let's keep the zoom in. I like that. It's 100%. Let's cut that off. And where's... Okay, let's leave that. Let's bring that back out. Now we're closing it. And then what am I doing? Here I'm turning them over a second time. I'm checking to see if it's done. Okay, so let's leave this. It makes sense to the story. But as I said, I don't need 20 seconds of it. That's enough seconds. And I didn't have the closing of the lid. Not sure why. Maybe because I turned off the record. Okay, so what are we trying to do here? Yeah, so my hand's in the way. What this was supposed to be was to show testing to see if it's done. I cut into one of the shrimp, and but my hand got in the way. Not a lot of room on the boat. Okay, so here, let's open have the lid opening again. And now I'm putting them on the thing. That's good. Let's zoom out a little bit so we don't have a jump cut there. Okay, so we're serving them out on the plate. And then what have we got? So this one, that's the one that we used at the beginning. This is one used at the beginning. Reveal in project. It's used 2 times. Okay, let's get rid of it. Okay, so here we are. I don't know what I did here. I obviously changed the angle of the camera. Don't remember doing that. Okay, so we don't want that part. There. So here we've got it on the plate. Let's get rid of this piece. So here we are. I'll leave that in. That's me eating. Gut isn't hanging out over the table too much. I don't know if I like this. It's a side view of me eating. Let's keep that much. Okay, I have to pick the toothpick out of it. And then we've got the captain at the end saying how great it was.
That was an amazing.
Okay, so higher, we've got to deal with the light color. Perfect. So now we've got a 6 minute and 56-second video of shrimp on the barbecue. And then I just need to come up with what I'm going to do with some of this other stuff. The one issue is the color is so radically different that I'm going to spend forever Um, adapting the colors. So I don't know if I'm going to use any of this cell phone video. Let's take this and bring it back to where here. So if I bring this in here, you know what? See, at this point, the color isn't bad. It's a bit longer than the other one. Not sure why that is. I guess because we cut some out. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put them on 2 layers so that I can easily figure out where the Olympus camera is and the cell phone camera. What did I do here? I guess I selected all. Okay, so I'm going to leave that in here. It's a little bit longer than the other camera. And if I can get, so have we got a nice shot of, so I'm not going to use that, not going to use that. Okay, so here is the rolling. Yeah, see, that doesn't look good because my hand's in the way. Don't like that. Hands in the way. So these are pretty. Oh, let's look at the captain eating here. So if I keep this here, so I think I've lost my my audience. I'm going to keep this piece. What if I take this? Okay, so it's a little bit too close, right? Yeah, see, the color difference is going to be the challenge to match. And I like this. Don't want to see a mouthful of eating, but You see a lot of cooks doing their eating their food. So let's leave that in there. And what happened to the audio for here? So I guess I deleted the audio for that. So I have to bring that back as well. So we'll bring it back from the beginning here. We'll paste it here. Okay, so we don't want to use that one. Okay, I'm not going to delete it for now. I'm just going to stick it out of the way and make it not enabled so it doesn't get in our way. Okay, so now it's gone. And I want to look at here. What's the story here?
Amazing taste. That was an amazing.
Okay, let's bring this back because I deleted the audio from the other one. Okay, you don't need to see me reaching forward to turn off the camera. Let's bring that over here. Get rid of that.
That was an amazing taste.
So this will be the color to go for because that's sort of a good, nice skin color. And get that in there, and I'm going to delete all of the rest of this cell phone video. Yeah, but I don't need to do that while we're watching. So I'm going to bring this live to an end. Edit shrimp. I'm going to bring this live to an end. And then I'm going to worry about color correcting all of this stuff. And this should go live on Tuesday. So I see somebody else has joined the chat, but we're going to basically shut this down because I need to deal with another issue, and I need to think of the dialogue, and I need to figure out how to make him look the right color. So Kendall, hey, thank you for coming by. Nice to see you. Really appreciate it. But as I say, we're on the verge of abandoning ship at this point, and then this will get posted later on Tuesday is my plan. And then we'll be live on the boat on Wednesday night again. I think it's going to be decent weather. I don't know what we're going to be doing. I start cleaning up a little bit, so I might take the sails off for part of it. I know I lost a lot of people when I was washing the boat. That seemed to be relatively boring. So we'll see what it's like. But it'll start early. Start about 5 because the sun goes down at 7. So 5 to 7 is a good 2 hours, and if we're lucky, we'll get some swans coming by and my neighbor going sailing. So thank you for coming. Have a good evening. What's left of it? If you're in North America, it's evening. If you're the other side of the world, it's already Monday. So end stream. Click. End.